Then I'm gonna hit this intro real quick. Where's it?
Listen, do you mind if I put my 2 cents in?
No, honey, I don't mind.
Call the police immediately.
I don't get it.
No idea what you're talking about. Yes? Hello? Hi, stranger.
I want ham and eggs and flapjacks with lots of butter and syrup and coffee. I'll take the coffee now.
Why have you come with my brain?
Where's my dough?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Vibes and Stuff Live in the Morning. It's your host, Chuck Allen, your host, Uncle Freezy, coming to you live this morning. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. How you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good, man. I'm tired. I am tired, man. The stuff has just got me. But I feel good though. I feel good. I'm just tired. I'm not mentally fatigued. I'm not physically fatigued. Just feel like I needed a few more minutes of sleep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So what's in your cup?
What's in my cup this morning? Let's see. I might have something. Nope. Same old, same old.
Same old, same old.
Seltzer water.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Jam on. Seltzer water. I am drinking a beverage called Rockstar Energy Drink. And the way the can looks, I know it's not good for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so here's the thing. Be careful with those
Right.
because they contain a lot of sugar.
Right.
Um, if you read the can, it'll say don't consume more than two a day.
Right.
That is an absolute fact. Uh, After doing some investigating, you remember, when I went through what I went through a couple of months
Yeah.
ago.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
the reason my blood sugar was 470 was
Good, good God almighty.
yes, um, was because I was pounding those back.
What?
Yes.
Rock stars?
Uh, well, they're the equivalent of Rockstar. They're Venom.
Okay.
They're about $1 a piece. They come in different flavors or whatever. And so yes, they give you a good kick, a good, you know,
I imagine so.
boost of energy. Uh and I was drinking them, cranking out beats.
Bruh.
2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm walking to the corner store. Me and the dog, we walking to the corner store, and the guy's like, "Yeah, you want six? I got you."
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, "I got you," or he'll be
Yeah.
like, "Yo, we only got the fruit punch. I know you
Yeah.
don't really be getting the fruit punch." I'm like, "Yeah," but
Yeah.
I had drank within 4 days. I had drank 11.
Wow. Chuck, come on, man. What are you doing, man? Oh, what were you doing?
um,
Right.
well, one, okay, so yeah, I have trouble sleeping at night.
Okay.
So I'm usually up and about at night, and I'm usually working on music, sifting through sifting through samples, taking pieces I want, things like that. Um, so I spend hours just going through getting sounds and stuff that I want.
Right.
And then I'll try to go lay down, and I promise you, man, it'll be like an hour, maybe a good 45 minutes, and I'm up. Like I can't lay down anymore. Like I start getting a headache.
Okay. Okay.
Um, so I'm back up, and I don't really
Yeah.
I don't really be tired until, let's say, maybe
6 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock.
about 7. I'll start
7.
getting tired,
Right.
and then I'm like, let me drink an energy drink.
Right.
Like, because there would be a lot of times when I used to come on KMD in the morning, I would be no sleep, going on
Right.
20 something hours, and I'll be
Right.
pounding those back
Wow. Wow.
to stay up, because I'm like, yo, if I go to sleep now, it's just gonna mess up my whole uh
Yeah.
resting cycle. Can't really
Right.
call it sleep, but resting. So
Right.
um I said all
Right.
that to say, yeah, man, just be careful with those.
Yeah, I am. I am. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't even. So for the record, my A1C.
Hmm.
Yeah, after going to the doctor yesterday. And listen, guys, for those for big boys that are trying to. When I say big boys, I'm saying if you 5'8", 200, you're a big boy, right? If you
Right.
5'10", 215, you're a big boy. If you 6', 225, you're a big boy. You know what I'm saying? Like myself. And Chuck, I measured something. There's something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? And
Okay.
I got measured yesterday,
Yes,
right?
sir.
At 6'5" and 5'8". I was like, you sure? She was like, yeah, we use the laser thing. They use the laser thing. And like you step on this thing and all these lights flashing.
Yeah.
6'5" and 5'8".
Pretty tall there, sir.
That's crazy. That's crazy because when I left home from high school, when you turned 18, you stop growing. You 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I left home, I was 6'3" and a quarter. Right. 6'3" and a quarter. And so yeah, it's yeah. At 18, I left home 6'3" and a quarter.
Well, I think you don't stop growing. You stop growing after 25, if I'm not mistaken.
At 25.
Yeah.
Okay. Either way, I don't know.
Yeah, because that same thing happened. That same thing happened to my brother. Like one summer, he came back 6'4". It was like, yo, you were 5'7".
Yeah.
Like you were barely shorter than me. Like,
Right.
how is this possible? I was like, yo,
Right.
you're not supposed to get taller after you turn. And it was like, no,
Yeah. It's
get.
strange. Oh, it's
It is
strange.
strange. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But my weight though, my weight. I went to so in January 2021, I had an appointment. She was like, yo, you were 401 pounds, right? And I was so disgusted. But I was like, oh, I was 400 pounds when I came in here. And today,
Yes, sir.
I'm so today I'm 351.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
yeah, so I'm like, what? 50 pounds and like a year and some change. So, and my numbers, my vitals were, and that's the reason why I ducked out of the show yesterday, y'all. It wasn't because of nothing. It was because it was just like an annual, when you were not annual, but when you were diabetic, you got to go to the doctor and get
Yeah.
checked like every 90 days. So every 90 days, I go through this cycle of a week of me going back and forth to the doctor to make sure, getting them tests that I don't like to have done, to make sure I don't get them things that I don't
Right.
want to have or catch them early. And so, yeah, man, the blood pressure. was 99 over 76. So that was good.
That was good. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, man. So yeah, so my only thing though, Chuck, is going vegan. I don't feel strong, bro. I don't feel weak. I feel like an average man should feel strength wise. But I never wanted to be that. I always wanted to be the Hulk. You feel me?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So like when a dude 6'6", 400 pounds walk in the room that don't look fat, he just got a gut. You're like, oh my God, that dude is like the Hulk. You know what I'm saying? And but the thing is I walked in there yesterday and I got on the scale. I didn't feel like the guy with the belly. Like I didn't feel like Santa Claus when I got on the scale. I actually felt like, a guy that's, just out of shape. So my goal is to try to get down about 50 more pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't trying to change the world. I just want to do a little bit at a time.
Yes, sir.
Just do about 50 more pounds, man. Hey, why are we talking about that? Let's just have this be the lifestyle section. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. So I'm in that thing. I don't feel like I got fat on my back no more. I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, the gut is hanging over the joints no more, man.
Right.
I'm feeling okay. The only thing that I notice now is that as I lose weight, I have loose skin. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is because for those that don't know, man, I used to be 472 pounds, right? 472 pounds, right? And I used to be in some chat like they used to because they used to call me Big Freezy then. Like, hey, what's up, Big Freezy? And I was like, I don't want to be Big Freezy no more, man. I don't never want to be that no more.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to be a normal guy. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, this has been like a journey. Like, when did Porzingis get drafted?
2013?
2015?
2015? Okay.
Yeah. So since 2015, I've been like shaving off weight, gain some weight back, shave some weight, gain some weight. What happened? What hurt me though is when my brother got sick.
Right.
My brother started like he'll send me a text, help man, I fell. And I get in the truck and race across town and he fell and his son over there trying to help him get up. And I was like, man, what's wrong with you? What it is his diabetes had just taken over like Venom. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to
Yeah.
be Venom. I want to be Spider-Man. I don't want nothing taking control of me, right? Yeah, man. Savage NYC. Yeah, I do that already. Like taking walks and not just short walks, bro. Sav, listen, man. I take walk. The odd thing with Benny is at 8 weeks, taking a walk with him is not like a normal walk, right? Right? Is not a normal walk, right? It's like walking with somebody with ADD. Every time they see something, they just totally lose focus. You know what I'm saying? He too little. He don't. Yeah, man. Yo, Andrew Collins, what'd you say? You say an armed trans man
Yeah.
attacked Dave Chappelle? What was that
Hmm.
about, bro?
Don't know. He was telling some jokes. Guy ran on stage. Um, Jamie Foxx put the paws on him.
Okay.
Security got him. Took
Yeah.
him out. Had a gun and a knife
Oh
on him.
wow. Yo, These cats be thinking, keep on telling y'all jokes. Ha ha ha.
But that's the thing, man. Like if you can't take the jokes, then don't go to the comedy show. Don't go to the comedy festival.
Yeah.
Like
I,
I'm all with respecting other people. You
right.
know, having others' feelings and well being in mind.
Right.
But you can't. It's like when um oh man, I forgot his name just that quick. But my man from Do the Right Thing uh walks in and asks Sal, how come there's no
No
brothers
brothers on
on
the
the wall?
wall. Yeah. Bugging out. Yeah.
Bugging out. So I'm saying to myself, yo, you can't walk into a establishment knowing that, or walk into a situation knowing that this thing is going to happen, right?
Right.
Everybody's going to get these jokes: black, white, gay, straight,
Right.
tall, short, ability, disability. Everybody getting
Right.
these jokes. You
Right.
can't take these jokes. You can't be there.
Right.
Like bugging out was out of place. Like yo, that's that man's establishment
Bugging out was out of place.
because he's Italian American. So all these people on the wall represent him
Right.
and his heritage. Yeah, I get
Right.
it. We're in the hood, but this is not. If this was Papa Joe's pizza, um, that would be different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it was, the father from the Last Dragon, and
Yeah.
you walked in his restaurant, yes, you could say, hey man, how come you don't got no brothers on the wall?
Yeah.
That would make sense.
How come your
So
pizza tastes black? Why your pizza tastes black? Because his brother's cooking pizza. That's why brothers
right.
make pizza like, no, I was just joking, but yeah. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, man, that's basically the gist of it. Like you can't like you're a weird to me you're a weirdo if you a feminist and rest in peace you show up to a Patrice O'Neill show and expect him to change his act because you're offended. Like
Shout out to Jersey City. Jersey City in the building. Because Patrice O'Neill from Jersey City, he born in the same hospital. I think me and him might have been the same age.
I thought he was from Boston.
No, Patrice O'Neill from man. Let me just to make sure. Let me research this just to make sure.
Because I
But
thought
Patrice
like him
O'Neill.
and Bill Burr and that Boston crew came in together.
No, he born in New York City. He was born in New York and died in Inglewood. I thought he was from Jersey City. I thought he was from Jersey City. I thought somebody said something like he was from Jersey City. Yo, that's misinformation on my part. My bad, y'all. But somebody was like, yo, my man was like born in Montgomery Projects, man, at Christ Hospital. And yeah, man, I don't know. Yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe I got some bad info. I got some bad intel or something. My bad, y'all. Hey, while y'all here, smash that like button. Subscribe to the
Subscribe.
channel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button, man. Yeah. But yeah, Chuck, I disagree with that a little bit with comedians.
Right.
Like, and so here's why. If a bully came up to you and said the same thing to you, right, without humor, without the ho 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 ho, I'm just joking, you be want to put your fist through his eye socket, right? Like for instance, a dude used to pick on me bad, not bully me because I wasn't ever scared of him. I just didn't pay him no attention. I'm like, this dude, this little dude, he gonna wind up because he a little dude. He older than me. He like 5'6". He feel like picking on the big guy was the thing to do, right? He's like, you would. He used to call me Gimp, right? Here come the big Gimp, right? And so people would laugh, ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. He funny. He funny, man. He funny. So, but anybody out there that had ever been through something, and for somebody just to pick directly on that because it get other people to laugh, to me, that shit ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so if you picked on my car, which was raggedy, I could laugh. Hi, yeah, I do have a lemon. You know what I'm saying? But like with me, this is me, not nobody else. Right? I ain't trying to listen. I don't want no sympathy from nobody either. This is just me. Right? You know what I'm saying? Occasionally, every now and then, you know what I'm saying, I have to do the bop, whatever, whatever. It's me. So he like, man, somebody come in here. We got to save you. You can't save us. They're all kind of little jokes, right? After a while, Chuck, it just got on my nerves. And then one day I called him in the corner. I just slapped him in his mouth. Say it again. Man, you better not. Psh. One more time. Say sorry. I ain't saying sorry. No. Psh. Man, you play too much. Oh, I play too much. I play too much. Okay. But I just think sometimes people just take hurtful stuff to people and say it in a crowd and get the crowd on their thing. It's like a crowd bully thing. I just don't get that. That to me, that don't be funny to me. That's just me, though. I'm just saying me, right? I'm not saying that this is the way it should be. And I handle stuff the way that you know what I'm saying. I choose to handle it. Not saying it is always right. I know I'm wrong. I'm not perfect, right? But if if this dude had known all the stuff I had went through up to that point, then you know what? Maybe he still would have said something greasy. Because comedians can say whatever they want, and people back them up. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it though. I just because there's plenty of stuff to talk about to make people laugh, bro. Right? Like we can talk about Donald Trump hair color. To me, that's funny. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of stuff to joke about, man. But to always pick on like a sensitive topic, I'm gonna just talk about it anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Richard Pryor ain't never did that. Mom's Mabley ain't never did that. Bill Cosby, even Eddie Murphy ain't never did that. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes just choose to do it because they just unfunny and they thrive in a bully era. That's just the way I see it. Gas that guy. Get out of here. My dog in here pooping, y'all. And he laid up under my chair and ripped one just now, boy. And looked back at me. He like laying on the floor. He looked back at me like, yeah, you know this, you know that thing stank. Yeah, man.
Oh, mm,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I didn't mean to get like on a soapbox or anything about that. It's just, come on, man. You all these things out here to talk about, you choose to pick on people, disabilities and all that stuff, man. Come on. Say something else. Come on, Andy. It's I don't know. I just think we live in the passive aggressive era. The passive aggressive and sensitive at the same time. Chris Rock like, I could ruin your career because I told that joke. Yeah, chump. Yeah.
um, I respect that. Uh, Salute, Mr. Vince. Good morning. How you doing? Um, so I I don't necessarily agree with that.
Right.
That great comedians make fun of themselves and not others. Um, observational humor is just funny little idiosyncrasies that we see in life.
Right.
Like don't this ever bother you? That kind of thing. Um, But then there are comedians that do exactly what you say. Um, they make fun of people, they bully people, or whatever. Uh, if you're unfamiliar with that comedian and you stumble upon a show, uh, a night out, you go into the cellar or something like that, uh, you have every right to voice your displeasure and then leave, of course.
Right.
Um, but if you purchase the ticket to a specific comedian show, then you should know about that comedian,
Right.
in my opinion.
Right.
And if you find that their material is offensive, then you shouldn't go.
Or demand your money back. Yeah, you can demand your money back. You could um
But in my opinion, that person came with an agenda, like they were armed. They
yeah,
came
that
they
part.
came they came for, you know what I'm saying? Um One thing that I will say about comedy, it's all funny until it's about you. Then it's no longer funny.
Right.
Then it's like, you start to grit your teeth. Just like when a comedian is up there doing all of the white man tropes. White
Yeah.
men do this, white people do this, white people are so crazy, everyone is laughing. But then when it gets to the black jokes, everybody's on pins and needles like, oh boy.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so again, it's only funny when it's not you. So I think people should be able to uh talk about whatever it is that they want to talk about, and there should be people able to freely speak
Right.
against those things.
Right.
um Everybody's not going to agree, everyone's not going to see it from the same vantage point, which is a very underrated movie in my opinion. uh so the outlook is only based on where you're standing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like an abuse of power. Yeah, like an abuse of power. Like some of these comedians can do this stuff because they got 50 dudes. They gonna wait behind they secure behind a people thing, a wall of 50 dudes, and they tell these jokes because they don't have to worry about harm or repercussions. But regular people, if we take a misstep and say something offensive, we have to worry about repercussions. And even though it was funny and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? We don't get the same repercussions as Dave Chappelle. Like Dave Chappelle could have been killed last night. Was a joke worth your life? Nah. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like Dave Chappelle just did it this one time. Dave
Ho-
Chappelle,
Hold on, he wasn't making a joke. He wasn't making a joke about trans people at all when that
Chuck,
happened.
Chuck, I saw him with my own eyes do jokes about trans people for years.
Right,
Yeah. So in that moment, he may not have been talking about French toast, but he ate French toast before.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That is what I'm getting at. I saw even when you watch his Netflix special about the transgender girl, right? That was on his tour, that wound up opening for him.
Hmm.
His stupid conversations was a part of a death march. That transgender girl committed suicide, jumped off a building, right? That's one of the things people don't talk about with this Dave Chappelle thing, right? Like
Wait,
legit
wait a
a
minute. Whoa,
person,
whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. It was because she came to Dave's defense that people uh came at her. She was
right?
like, Dave was telling jokes. He's the master of punchlines.
Right,
Like,
right,
um, as a transgender person, she didn't find any of his uh stuff offensive, and they came at her.
right,
Everyone, left and right, bullied her for saying that it wasn't offensive to her, and
right.
he wasn't trying to.
That
Uh,
Dave Chappelle was saying this stuff. It wasn't offensive to her that Dave Chappelle was saying these things, right?
right,
Okay.
and you know they came at her. They bullied her. They bullied that person until they committed suicide.
Right.
I don't know what was else was going on in that person's life, but I'm sure I'm certain that uh, they were dealing with issues.
Right.
Being uh,
She was.
transgender,
Yeah, she
uh,
was. She was dealing with issues.
and so coming to the defense of like a person who gave her an opportunity and that she felt wasn't being malicious, um, they ripped her a new one all day, every day until that happened. So I was under the impression you was framing it as because he told those jokes that caused her to commit suicide. And I,
No,
okay,
that's not what I said. No, no. He was a part of the death march.
okay,
I'm not saying that he told the jokes,
hmm
right? Yeah, he was a part of it. I didn't say he bullied her off a cliff.
hmm
Yeah. But but is but I don't understand where it's worth it to tell joke to I don't get it. I don't get it. Like it's funny. It's funny to pick on a woman and call her G.I. Jane, and then when you get slapped, you up there to I can ruin your career. To me, that's the chumpiest move. That's the chumpiest of all the chump moves ever.
I don't know. I don't know. I think both of those guys are chumps. Because if you were offended, you wouldn't have laughed, and then you wouldn't have looked for confirmation from your wife,
I
and
think
then for
Chris Rock
her,
is a chump because when a man put his hands on you, you chose not to do nothing, and
that-
then hide behind Hollywood and say, "Hey man, I could have ruined that man's career. He owed me everything." No man, he don't owe No, that man slapped you across your lips, and you ain't did shit, but stood there like the punk you are. And then when you were safe, you ran your mouth again.
mm,
To me that's a sucker move. That's a sucker move, bro. And I understand like
and people said the same thing. Go ahead.
everybody ain't from Jersey City, New Jersey, right? Everybody ain't from the Hill, right? Everybody ain't from Brooklyn, New York. Like when you know what I'm saying you born with this survival instinct, right? Like somebody even think about touching you, you got to you know what I'm saying, you know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And Chuck, listen, I understand you the peacemaker, bro. And listen, I love you and appreciate you for that. I'm glad you the peacemaker, bro. Because violence is never the way to solve anything, right? But my man legit said, my man legit got up out of his seat, slapped my man across the mouth, right? He looked over his shoulder like if he come after me, I'm gonna murder him right here. And he didn't. He's like, hey, he just slapped me in my mouth. And then when he was safe, he ran his mouth again. That's the chumpiest move of all time to me. Now, to others, it may have been a looking at the situation, it's better to be classy in this moment. But how you gonna be classy in that moment right there when it's you and him one on one to square up? And then when you get behind scenes with a whole bunch of security in these rooms, you're like, man, he lucky it was people. He lucky we was live. Nah, bro, you soft. you you was
But
like
but
I don't.
I also think that's the reason why he slapped him, because he knew he wasn't going to do anything. There's no way you walking away with a smile on your face like you just did some shit. Like that's not happening. I the reason I have a problem with this is because they said the same thing about Martin Luther King Jr. Oh, I would never let nobody hit me with no bricks. I'll never let nobody slap me in my face and spit on me. Blah blah blah. But he knew in that situation that violence was only going to beget more violence, and nothing was going to change. Um,
You a Chris Rock did you compare him to Dr. King?
I use Dr. King. I use Dr. King's non-violence uh,
Right,
mantra to,
right.
to justify, not doing anything because you know what they would have fought 9 out of 10 times. Chris would have got ragdoll. Um,
Yeah,
but then what happens now? All the jokes are now about Chris getting manhandled on
yeah.
TV.
I-
Like like he already got to deal with getting slapped and not doing anything about it.
right.
You know, I I, I applaud them. I only applaud that situation because we have too many people that are quick to do violent stuff to one another over simple misunderstandings. There's somebody got shot last night. Somebody got shot this morning. Somebody got killed last night
Right,
somewhere.
right, somewhere. Yeah.
You know.
But that is not over a joke. A lot of times, so the senseless violence is not over jokes though. It ain't like you getting mugged by a comedian. Give me your money, ha 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 ha. Ain't no laugh tracks. Ain't no crowd following a mugger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, or a murderer. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's what I'm getting at. What I'm saying is um I think there is a movement towards bullying people that are not that don't look normal to people, right?
Hmm.
A lot of people that like if you a woman with a short haircut, all of a sudden you don't have long hair, you're not weavelicious, all of a sudden this is funny. Ha ha ha! I'm gonna tell jokes about that, right? Like the dude that was calling me Gimp. The dude called me Gimp for months, man, and I took it until I couldn't take it no more, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like one of them things. Like I think we are in a culture of the passive aggressive bullying of people that don't look like what we want people to look like, right? And sure, it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? And sure it's not fair, but man, come on, bro. I mean, how much can somebody take? Gas is already over $4 a gallon. You can't even drive a car and smoke cigarettes now. Prices are so crazy. Like you can't even go to the dispensary and buy weed. Weed prices are ridiculous. I can't even go buy pineapple toenails no more. I can't even buy or whatever they call it at the dispensary because stuff is too high. And dudes have jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. This is what you. I'm all for laughs, bro. I'm all for shared laughs. But come on, man. I mean, I ain't listen, man. I'm sorry, Chuck. I'm not getting ready to defend somebody that buys into the bully culture. I'm just not that guy. And I'm so, get out of here. Don't keep coming in here, Putin, man. I'm a keep coming in here, Putin. I didn't even know he was in here until I smelt it. Yeah. But yeah, man, I just can't defend these guys that take their platforms and bully people, bro. I just can't. I want to. I just can't find it in my spirit. I just can't find it in my spirit to. I just can't defend these dudes. They take a platform. They have all these resources. They have Netflix and the Oscars and Hollywood and all this stuff to back them as they pick on people. I just can't. Hey, ain't it Women Crush Wednesday?
It is, man.
It's Women Crush Wednesday, right?
Hmm.
All right, so let's shift gears. Let's get off these dumbass comedians that you know what I'm saying feel like they can just tell jokey jokes all the time, and you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I need some real comedians, bro. Where's Martin Lawrence at? Martin, you need to start back. Where's Chris Tucker at? I need some comedians to come back out that was funny, that because they were funny in a crowd and not just mean. You know what I'm saying? Because they felt safe. I got my bodyguard 7 foot tall. Yeah, yeah. That guy. Hey Chuck, you ever had a friend or somebody you knew as an adolescent had a crush on your mom's best friend or your auntie's friend from down the street?
uh, to be honest, I feel I feel a little insecure about all these personal questions you're asking me this morning, sir. uh, absolutely. I was that guy.
Wow.
My mom's
Wow.
best friend, that lady is still fine. She is still fine. I saw her maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, and I told her, I said, I'm an adult now. I'm really an adult now. And all she could do was smile with that beautiful smile. Ugh. Yo, that lady,
Yeah,
man, listen here.
yeah,
I
man.
had to pull my shirt down. Pull, why your shirt not tucked in your pants? Can't tuck them today, ma.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. Yeah, 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 man.
I said one day. All right, so um, I was home for something. Yeah, this was right after AIT. I show up at my mom's job, wearing uniform or whatnot. You know, bought us some flowers, all this good stuff.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, Auntie, I'll say her name because I mean what I said. That lady's still fine, Miss Sherelle."
Oh yeah, you know she fine with a name like Sherelle, bro.
Yeah. Um, and never call her Cheryl. It's not Cheryl. It's Sherelle.
Sherelle, yeah, man.
And so, she was like, "Oh, Auntie Sherelle, she's in town. You come and have lunch with us." I said, "Ma, your friend is finer than a mug." Ew, boy, don't talk about your auntie like that. First of all, she ain't my auntie. I know
Yeah,
all
she
my
got
aunties.
yeah, man.
She is not my auntie. Well, it'll make sense if you wanted to date the daughter, but that lady took over you. I was like, no, her daughter is way too young for me.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And I don't want a plum. I want the tree.
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah,
don't want
man.
the fruits. I want the tree. That's like, man. Oh man, I almost want to go on my phone. I had to steal
Hey,
pictures out of my mom's phone
yeah.
and
Hey,
text it
and
to myself.
yo, and the funny thing is, the funny thing about it is, and I think people don't get like when when we were like fit when we were 15,
Mhm.
these women were like 35, 40, right? Mm. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember one of my mom's friends was so fine, right? She was a I forget the lady name, but she used to work with my mom in the early 70s. Um, they was like friends. They was from South Carolina. We was living in New Jersey at the time. They were from South Carolina. That's how they, you know what I'm saying? That's how they met, got along.
Right.
And I remember one time she what? She walked in the house like I remember because I remember you know how you know when you're a kid the phone rang, boy pick up the phone. You go, and you like who
Mm.
this who this and they like boy I know that ain't how Shirley Hanson taught you how to answer the phone. And I'm like who? This your mama friend from work. And so she'll talk to me on the phone. I'll be like, you know, whatever. But then I heard one day we was in a room. Me and my brother was in the room playing. I was, you know how big brother, little brother. I might have had him in a headlock or something. You know what I'm saying? He can't breathe. I'm like, oh, get tough, get tough. You know what I'm saying? And we heard her voice. Hey, shit, I couldn't find no parking space. I had to walk all the way up the block. And my brother, so he get up and go in there and look. He like, oh, and I'm like, what you talking? That's my mama friend. That's my friend from work. He's like, no, it's a lady. And I'm like, nah, man, I know that voice. You know what I'm saying? She's been calling the house. He's like, nah, man. And so so we go in there, and look. And as soon as me and him look around the corner, all we hear is Rolls Royce. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. I'm like, oh, it finds a mother. And then my pops is in the kitchen. And I guess this is where the wife beater craze comes from. My pops is in the kitchen, wife beater on, cooking. Chuck, guess what he cooking? Same thing. You from South Carolina. Leg quarters and baked beans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He in there cooking leg quarters. And then with that cigarette that don't never leave your lip. You're like, hey girl, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? My pops in the kitchen. And my mom was like, hey, just fry that chicken. you better not burn that chicken, I know that. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, pack of leg quarters. This us, Chuck. This is so Uncle Freezy family. Pack of leg quarters costs $1.50. You better not burn up them leg quarters. High as leg quarters is. And I'm thinking $1.50 for 7 leg quarters, and y'all complaining? but anyway, and and so we go in and look, and I bump into my pops. He like, yeah, she fine in it, because I'm in there looking. He in there frying leg quarters. He got grease flying everywhere. The guy got the cooking fast so he can get back to the game because the Mets was playing. The Mets, Mets on TV, WWOR,
Yeah.
Channel 9. Y'all remember them days, right? The Mets, Mets on Channel 9. And he in there cooking. I guess this might have been 78, 79-ish. And the Mets is trash. But we was watching anyway, and she come in the kitchen and see like my pops, and I look at her. And at the time, my mom was fine, but my mom was skinny fine, right? My mom was skinny fine. Like she was like, my mom was like, who can I compare her to? Good Times. She's like the lady from Good Times fine. Not Walona, the sister.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But her friend
Thelma
was Walona fine. Like all these curves. I ain't knew women had curves. I ain't knew women was supposed to, not women we knew. Because there was no middle ground, Chuck. It was like either you was, what I'm saying, a big girl and was not cool, or you was skinny fine. This is the 70s, right? She was all curvy and had like a sundress on. And all boy, I was like, good God almighty. And so she go back in the living room. This is back in the day when the kids could never go in the living room, right? The living room was for the adults.
Right.
she started walking. She started walking in that living room, and my mom was with her. And all I hear is, "God damn!" I look, I look at my father. He's like, "That wasn't me." I look at my brother. He's like, "I couldn't help it." me, and, me and my pops look at my little brother like, "Damn, even he noticed." Hey, boy, you know she fine. Yeah, man. Hey, Chuck. And as I go through life, I realize more and more that this was not just an Uncle Freezy happening. This happened to like everybody, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, man. That has happened a few. That has happened a few times. Well, my mom's friend till this day, she absolutely will get all of the business and some. She is that lady is still fine. And then
Right.
she too old for you. She ain't too old for me. I'm sorry. I have a thing for big butts and sundresses, man.
Yeah.
Lord
Yeah.
have mercy. Lord, don't let them have on some thongs or something. Boy, that
Yeah.
thing be moving like, oh Lord. I watch a preacher lose his train of thought.
Right. Yeah.
He lost his train of thought. All I know is our eyes follow that sundress up
Mm,
Park Avenue. Like, good God, that is Lord. Thank you,
mm.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, have you ever uh l- uh had a friend like y'all were friends for a while, but you never met their parents? So football, we wouldn't meet everybody's parents until you know what I'm saying, like award time or maybe
Or senior day or
homecoming,
something.
something like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, so we were having, I think it was like appreciation or something because we won the conference, right?
Okay.
We won the conference, and they had food for us. I don't know
Right.
if it was catered or somebody actually cooked on the grill. We had man, we was hash and rice and
What?
ribs,
Soul
barbecue
food.
chicken. Yeah, oh man, oh man. And so the parents were serving us. They were handing out the little to-go plates and like 2 bottles of Gatorade and all this stuff. And everybody was like, "Yo, these two women, yo." It was like, who are them?
Right.
Like, cause they were, I mean, fine. And then we found out they were two of our teammates' mothers.
Right.
We was like, "Yo,
Right.
yo," I'm telling, yo, it was when I said everybody. I saw every coach, every male teacher who was available and unavailable shooting a shot in the parking lot.
Right. Right. Right.
It was crazy. As a matter of fact, man. Okay, so we're probably at this point we're getting ready to graduate, and by this time we know them. I'm gonna say I'm gonna call the dude Kelvin. Kelvin's mom, right,
Right.
used to drive a 240 SX Burgundy joint,
Right.
stick shift, and she really didn't know how to drive it, so you could hear her coming up the hill,
Yeah.
and then you hear it crank up again because she kept stalling out coming up the hill,
Coming up the hill. Yeah.
right?
Grinding them gears, burning.
And so, damn, oh man, I shouldn't even mention the car. Oh, so
Too late now.
anyway, because that story is gonna everybody gonna know for sure. So once you get to the top of the hill, we notice um like a classmate of ours, like he didn't play football, but he was a classmate of ours, jump out the car. And then he goes around the building. Like, dude, there are no trees. It's just an empty parking lot. Like, we see you walking through the parking lot, going around. Come to find out, like, his moms was getting her cheeks clapped, right? By this
Oh
dude.
wow. What?
So now
Right.
everybody think they got a shot.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, uh, a very good friend of mine, one of the first people I met when I moved to South Carolina. Um, he was like the only dude that had a car. He had a Mercury Tracer, and and he would come scoop me, and we would go holler at chicks or whatever, whatever. So decides to pull up. He
Right.
pulled up, and he thought she was home alone. Like he came there with the whole trying to be suave and try. Yo,
Right.
her two sons beat the brakes off of him.
Of course.
Yo, he came in the lunchroom the next morning because the bus let everybody out at the lunchrooms in the morning, right? That's where when you get
Right.
dropped off or get picked up, you know what I'm saying, by the buses. And as soon as he walked through the door, like his joint was like, it was
Damn.
yo, this is the story he told. He said he got stung by some hornets. He was allergic to hornets. There was a hornet
I
nest.
bet you he was. Yeah, I bet you he was.
Well, what hornet's nest was you messing with at 10 o'clock at night, yo?
Yeah. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. You can't mess with the Mars twins' mom, bro. Basically.
Nah, yo, that's crazy. Like
Yeah,
their
man.
moms, like yo, y'all dudes are mad old for that, man. Come on, man. Like moms want to get her groove on now too.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
understood because the dude was he graduated with us.
Right.
He was so scared he didn't even come get his diploma.
What?
Nah, they mailed it to him. Nah,
Wow.
son.
Wow.
Nah, he ain't going to senior trip. He ain't going to senior trip. None of that. After
Right.
that, them boys
Yeah,
they beat the brakes off him, man. And I was
yeah,
like,
man.
why are you mad at him?
Right.
Be mad at your mom if you're gonna be mad at anybody.
Yeah.
Because she had to say yeah. Because if she didn't say yes and he did it, then y'all have every right to put him in the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she said, yeah, yo, man, I I can't put it on air because that you're gonna have that's a real problem. Like they
Yeah.
ain't I can't even lie. Them ain't no dudes to play around with. Um they have different kind of genes, man.
Yeah.
Because you remember when I told you the dude got hit with a Snapple bottle and
Yeah.
stumbled three. That's them
y-
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, the
Yeah,
dude,
man.
the dude his name is Napo.
Oh, you know he crazy.
That's his real name. That's not a street name. That's what is on his driver's license. Napo.
Yeah.
Napo.
Yeah. You know he crazy. You know he fool. Yeah. You know dudes. Dudes be fool when they got fool names, right? Right, they would like they a fool. Like in South Carolina, we call them like I think up top we call them thorough, right? But
Mhm.
down south they call them fool. You know that boy fool in the head. You know that boy sick. You know what I'm saying? I seen a dude get bit by a pit bull, right? They like, yo, don't go. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, don't cut through the yard. You know what's the name? Be having his dogs out. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. Like, well, fuck no dog. Okay. Don't give nothing about no dog. We just shooting ball. You know how you out there shooting ball and on the dirt court in somebody's yard,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
ball bounced across the fence, and everybody like, oh. Not only are we not gonna be able to play, but when that pit bull see that basketball,
Is the done.
that
Done.
basketball is a casualty, right? Big Kev jumps the fence, go go get the ball, right? And the dog, you could hear the hooves coming around the house. It's like the Kentucky Derby, you know what I'm saying? And then it come down the quarter stretch. You know what I'm saying? That dog jump on my man's arm and boom! And he shake the dog off, and the the dog about 100 pounds, right? Which might not be big for a pit bull, but that's big for a dog, right?
Yes.
Come on, about 100. He jump on it. He shake the dog off, and you know the dog is a killer because they named it King. Every dog I know named King always bite people, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen a dog named King never bite nobody, bro. And so he, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to and he shake the dog off, and he started to run, and then the dog like try to bite him on his back and rip his shirt. And okay, so he ripped Big Cav's shirt, and the dog backed up, looked like he knew he was in trouble. You ripped my school shirt. And the dog was like, oh shit, I done ripped Big Cav's school shirt. And he punched that dog in the snout. And all you heard was, yeah, man. And he chased that dog. And the dog was running. I was like, yo, when your name Big Cav, yo, you crazy, bro. And then he mad. He gonna get the ball and throw it over the fence. Y'all make me sick, man. That dog messed my shirt up. And me, Reggie, and we looking like, did this dude just get bit by a pit bull and he talking about his shirt messed up? He crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, he crazy. Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Hey, man, that Women Crush Wednesday thing, that mom friend that's fine thing, man. I remember my uncles used to show up. Like my mom used to have like she wasn't a socialite. Like her friends didn't come over often. But I remember like my pops would be on the phone trying to play the number. He's like, hey man, what the number was last week? It was 361. Oh man, I played 861. They on the phone talking. And then hold on, who is that coming through the door? That's just here come them gospel gal coming through the door. And my uncles would be there in 20 minutes. Pyong! Like, what you doing here? I don't never see you on a weekday. Yeah, man, I came over here to see if y'all had some light bulbs. We got light bulbs at? Yeah, some bullshit. Yeah, that's awesome. I came over here to see if y'all had Kool-Aid. All we got is green and red. Chuck, why black people always say green and red like they flavors? Green, I got green Kool-Aid, I got red Kool-Aid. Green ain't a flavor, bro. Black people, red is not a flavor.
Yeah, it is red.
Yo, I watched House
Blue.
Party. Yeah, but yo, I watched House Party, bro, and the little boy said, which one you want, grape or red? When he said that, I was like, so it's not just my house, it's everywhere. He said grape or red. It's like, what?
Yep.
Yo, man, it was. But anyway, they messed around and would be there in like 20 minutes, bro. Double parked outside with these flashes on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I came over here to get a light bulb. Wait a minute, you passed by 4 path marks and 3 ShopRites to come over here to get a light bulb? Yeah, y'all got some? Who in the living room? Hey, girl, how you doing? Yeah. That's them. Yeah, that's them dudes. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That's yeah, man. You want to get somebody over your house quick, tell them a fat ass in the living room.
Yeah.
So I heard y'all needed somebody to check for termites. I'm gonna just be around here looking. Termites.
I got my stuff I got some stuff in the truck. They ain't got no termites. Yeah, man. Even the I remember my mom and them was outside talking in front of the stoop, and the old country boy coming down the street, watermelon, peanuts. You remember the old fruit vegetable man? You used to like come down your street and then park on the corner and be selling
Yeah.
watermelon and all kind of. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's like, water, whoa. Stop in front of the door. Hey, ladies, I got some cucumbers on over here. Yeah, and they flirt back. Like, I hope you ain't got no soft cucumbers over there. I like, so they messing with them. They're like, oh, that's all I got, baby. That's all I got. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and me, I'm like, ew, man, ew, you nasty old, get out of here, you dirty. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Snap. Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. Yeah, man. I man, I was just thinking while you were saying that can stop two dudes from arguing.
Yes.
Man, you owe me $5, man. Where's that?
Mm.
God.
And they agree. Ain't she
Yeah,
fine, bro? Ain't she
yeah,
fine?
she fine. Dang,
You-
oh, jeez, Christ. All that thing there is shaking like
and they say words you ain't never heard of until that time. Like you're a student, right? You go to school.
Yeah.
You been in school every day. These dudes ain't never finished school, right? You a student. You like in 5th grade. You hear them say stuff like "doing." Oh, they could look doing. Like, that must mean something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You
I heard my uncle say, boy, she got a big old baronkus. I said, baronkus? Wait a minute. What is a baronkus?
And I'm looking in the encyclopedia. You know how you got the encyclopedias in your living room?
Yep.
I'm looking for the word. I'm like, I ain't never heard of this, bro. What is that, an island? You know what I'm saying? But I guess it is. Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Man, look here.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. As a ninth grader, I had this teacher, right? She was our English teacher. And she had like the most bangingest body you had ever seen, but she stayed covered up. She said she's classism. She stayed covered up, right? Little boys with like we ninth graders, bro. We 13. And we come up to the desk. Hey, I gotta ask you a question. You said 1 + 1 is 2, and then they be trying to sneak a look, and she'd be like, "Focus, pay attention. This is not math class. This is English. Why are you asking me math questions?" And then you looking at the booty like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah. Miss Jackson, she was cool. She was cool as I don't know what. She was like, I tell you what, go home and get your favorite album, right? And then write down the lyrics to one song, write down one verse, and bring it back, and we'll talk about it in English, right? And so we'll go home, write down, you know what I'm saying? We ninth graders, we like Candy Girl, You Are My World, Sound So Sweet. Sometimes we write that like a new edition verse and take it to school, right? Or you know what I'm saying, or something. Or write down pretty young thing, repeat after me, say nah nah nah. You know what I'm saying? This is our homework, right? And so you know what I'm saying, we come back to school the next day, man. And we'll be in there. She'll be like, come to the board and just write your thing on the board. I'll pick, because our classes was like 45 minutes. So she's like, I'll pick 5 people out the crowd. And then you tell me. And she was standing by my desk, Chuck. And what made me have a crush on her is not the way that she looked or how smooth she was, because she was so smooth. Listen, the thing with me and women crushes back then when I was an adolescent or whatever was not always how pretty you were, but by the way you carried yourself. That to me, that was like
Yeah.
the kicker. Get out of here. Go.
Hey, I think you blaming the dog. I don't know. I don't know. You jump kind of
Nah,
like
man,
you.
he snuck in here. He snuck in here while I'm talking to you, and then go and rip one man right. Man, that thing's caught me off guard. You better not bring your ass back in here. I'm coming in here and boom. Boy, that thing is disturbing, bro. Out the blue, we're gonna have to give him a laxative or something. But yeah, Chuck. So she was standing by my desk, bro, and she smelled like, oh my goodness, she smelled like honey and nectar and
Honeysuckle.
flowers. Yes, all mixed together. I swear, Chuck. When I couldn't focus, and I told my pops later on. I was like, Pops, my teacher smelled like ambrosia, and he was like, you know what ambrosia is? This is my pop. My pop's so simple. You know what ambrosia is? You 13. You ain't supposed to know what ambrosia is. So he like, so he like, you been stealing my rubbers? I'm stealing your rubbers. You married? What you doing with rubbers? You know what I'm saying? It's like all these weird conversations, bro. Father and sons, man. Father and sons, we have like father and sons that live together have like the weirdest conversations ever. Like I remember one time walking in the living room, I have just drawers, right? And I'm keeping my drawers up, right? Just trying to go in the living room and put my feet up so I can watch the game. Like, hey, you got my drawers on? And I'm like, I look down. Yeah, I had his drawers on. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So it just weird conversation, father and sons, right? But I tell my pops, I'm like, Pops, man, my English teacher smell like ambrosia, man. I think I'm in love with her. I'm gonna ask her to marry me tomorrow. He's like, well, how old is she? How old is she? 12? So I'm like, okay, good point. Because this lady grown, she done went to school and graduated, went to college and graduated. They got your teacher certificate. All these things, right? She done been in the game like 10 years. And here I am, a 13-year-old ninth grader. Yeah. Yeah, boy crushes. Yeah, boy crushes. She get that every year. She probably got 3 boy crushes in every class. Maybe more than that.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? But Chuck, it wasn't, she was fine. She was a pretty thing, man. I guess at that she might have been like, she was an older lady. She was old as dirt, bro. She had to be at least 29.
Old as dirt. 29.
Yeah, she had to be old as dirt now.
He talking from his 13-year-old brain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm 13 now. You got to think about how old I
Yeah.
was, right?
Yeah.
So she old. I'm concerned. Like if I don't marry her right now, she gonna be next year. She gonna be 30. You know what I'm saying? This is when you're 13. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Chuck. So let me ask you this: what was it? Is there a specific thing that causes the crush for adolescent? Is there a sexiness factor, or the way you carry yourself factor, a cool factor, just a beauty factor, a money factor, the way you dress factor, an intellectual factor? What is it most times?
um, they vary, but the common denominator will always be uh sex appeal,
Okay.
how they carry themselves. Um, because I know some very sexy women that aren't the most beautiful, right? But then there's some very beautiful women that don't possess uh sex appeal. Like she cute, but she um she had kind of flicked it.
Hmm.
Whereas like my mom's friend, she was not only smart, she had crazy sex appeal. Like she wasn't even trying to be sexy, especially not at that time. Um, but man, she used to wear the doobie wraps, and she'll have on the tight skirt. Ah, man, and them hams, man. She had them good country hams, them slow roasted
Mm-hmm.
honey maple.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Good God!" Now her daughter got that. Her daughter got, man. When they say get it from your mama, she got that.
Right.
Uh, but her mom had such a she was she was very elegant, well spoken woman.
Right.
She she dabbled in a little bit of everything, so she was very well rounded. Excellent cook.
Right.
Um, did law school. Um, also had a degree in like social work. You go to her crib, and I mean, it's like books everywhere. Like that's how
Right.
I got into reading books and reading the thesaurus
Right.
and dictionary, trying to learn words.
Right.
Sometimes I would make up words
Right. Right.
to try to
Right. Right.
impress her,
Right.
and she'd be like, "You know, that's not a word."
You know that's not a word. Shit. Right. Yeah,
I
man.
know,
Yeah,
I
man.
know. Um, but yeah, man, she used to smell so good.
Yeah,
You
man.
could smell that cocoa butter coming down the hall, man. Like,
Yeah. Right. And so my mom used to do like my mom used like I know this lady used to put on cocoa butter, right? And my mom's like, "Come here, boy, you ass yeah." She'd like take cocoa, she'll take like a handful of cocoa butter and just like put it in one spot and rub all the way around. So I look like a shining star. I go outside in the heat. I go outside in the heat and look like Elder Bar's nephew. You know what I'm saying? All this juice and stuff, all that. And my brother was dark skinned, darker than me. He dark skinned, right? He was dark skinned dude, right? She used to cake up Vaseline on him, and he used to walk around looking like a nightstick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, this ain't. And then like, and so what happened is like she tried to put cocoa butter on me. I used to run because all her women friends used to have on cocoa butter, and I used to tell them, I'm a boy. You know, there ain't no girl putting that mess on me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Chuck. So the lady Miss Jackson I was telling you about, that was my English teacher in ninth grade. She was the one like with the long hair that used to keep it in that librarian ponytail and have like the glasses and used to have like the boobs and stuff covered up by the sweater. She always had the sweater on, but you could, yeah, boy, I bet you outside of work you look like, whew, outside of work, I bet you, and I ain't never seen it outside of work, but like the Temptations said, this is just
just
my
my
imagination
imagination
running
running
away with
away
me.
with me.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's yeah. She used to be, and when she like the bell ring, and the student, so the teacher lounge is like two doors down. The bell would ring, everybody go to their seat or whatever, and when we sit down, we could hear the hard high heels tapping on the hallway as she made her way in the room, and it was just like built up the anticipation, like, wonder what she got on today. It can't be better than what she had on. Claude, have mercy. She done did it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, yo,
Yeah.
hey, man. She'll be like, she'll turn around and start writing on the board. And you like, ooh. And then at the same time, at the same time, you 13, everybody in your class 12, 13, or 14. They in that range. Like they either just turned 14 during that year, or they 12 about to turn 13, but the average age is about 13 in there, right? So you got the goofballs in there, like trying to throw paper at her while her back turned, and you just like karate chop the shit out of the head. Stop, boy,
What,
please.
what are you doing?
Yeah. They like, but she got her back turned. What?
Yeah.
And you want to mess that up?
When
Are you
she on that
crazy?
chalkboard doing that there. I don't be going that thing be shaking, man. You better sit your ass, sit your behind down, man. What wrong with you?
She writing Edgar Allan Poe on the board, and you wanna, what's wrong with you? Right. And no lie, so this is like in my ninth grade year. In my ninth grade year, this is about 80 something, like
Hmm.
at 80, whatever. And so this is like we had came out of the chalkboard era because I went to this school, Dickinson, in the science program.
Right.
They had money for everything. So we just introduced to this thing called the whiteboard,
Okay.
right? Right. So we got a whiteboard, and she would write on that whiteboard and erase it. And I would just go to her like, Miss Jackson, you want me to clap your erasers? She's like, go sit your managed ass down. I'm like, okay, all right, I tried. And so she'll whisper that, right? To me, like, go sit your managed ass down if I call your mama. And then I'm like, and then so I go, and the homeboy is like Ricardo and Robert and all them dudes I was in ninth grade with. They'd be like, what she say? What she say? And I was like, she said she's gonna call me later. You know how you be lying to your homeboys or whatever, you like, they be like, what she say? Yeah, she said she was gonna call me later about 7:30. No, I'm lying. No, good well she said that, right? But anyway, yeah, man, you got you in the classroom with dudes and they won't even let you enjoy them. And then Chuck, so that woman crush thing for me had kind of went away some. Like when I joined the military,
Hmm.
I just like when I got older, like when I left home,
Hmm.
like it was I didn't have like the woman crush things like we had a female drill sergeant, right? Chuck, we had a female drill sergeant. And if you can imagine being away from home for like 6 weeks, I know basic training is 8 weeks. I'm just saying, about a month and a half away from home, and a female drill sergeant is like, hey, Private Uncle Freezy, are you looking at me? And like, I'm like, man, what the hell are you talking about? What'd you say? Get down. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, right, just go. I'm looking at you. What the fuck? It's smoke, and then like 20 drill sergeants is drooling over you, smoking you in the hot sun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? it's like it's like Norbit, except the drill sergeant be fine, but all the brothers is big muscular dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Okay. So, um, when I went to work at reception, uh, like down the hill was the drill sergeant school, right? Where they learned to be drill sergeant, and then there was another little company over there that was what was that? What was it called? It was like the people that were injured or they couldn't pass the PT test.
Oh
So,
yeah.
uh,
You talking about you talking about the fat farm? Oh, you talking
yeah,
about
it was called some. You know, it was given some funky letters,
like reject
whatever.
camp?
But yeah, but it was basically people couldn't pass the
The
PT
PT?
test or they got
Yeah,
hurt
yeah.
during basic,
Or they
and
was on
so
profile for something.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Or
For
they missed a cycle. They missed too much basic training, so they had to wait for the next group to come through at the same stage.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
The military is mean, bro, because they call you recycle. If you
yes,
like if you pull a hamstring and you can't compete, you got to wait until the next group of guys come through at the same
yes,
stage and jump in with them.
yep.
And then if you're not ready, you got to wait for the group after that. So they call you that's the reject cycle. And you're like, I'm not a reject. I'm not recycled, bro. I'm not a soda can. But that's the way the military viewed you. So
Yeah, that's how they view you. Because I had to work down there for a little while too, because they were short-handed. But okay, so there was a notorious drill sergeant, right? That was over PTRP. That was the name of the unit, PTRP.
okay.
and she was over that unit, and yo, she was ruthless, son. Like throwing people mattresses out the window, throwing their whole wall locker over.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, she was a tyrant. So
Right.
one day we're all doing PT,
Right.
and we're down by the track, and man, she took off those sweatpants.
Yeah, Lord.
I said, Lord have mercy. So uh at this time I'm working in the pharmacy, right? I,
Right.
I'm doing I'm doing the birth control glasses, putting the
Yeah, I know. I know.
lenses in and doing cold packs, right? Doing the little cold packs, putting the Robitussin and all that stuff in there. And so there was some recruits that had to go to the infirmary. So they were getting loaded up in the cattle truck. And then she was like, come ride with me. I was like, okay. So I
All
hopped
right.
in with her. We riding. She starts singing Computer Love comes on the radio. And she starts
Right.
singing Computer Love. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So she ain't half bad or whatever.
What was
So
y'all in a car or a Humvee?
no, we were in the cattle truck. We
Okay.
were in the
Okay.
cab with the
Okay.
cattle truck, and the rest of the people that were getting dropped off, they were in the back. They were in the bed.
It was a deuce and a half.
Um, I don't know.
Okay. I'm just trying to picture with it because I used to drive one. It was a deuce and a half and a 5-ton truck. And a deuce and a half, you just get in the back for like soldiers that sit in the back and we just drop them off at certain places.
Okay, so that's what it was. We just dropped them off. Like
Okay.
we pulled in the main little hospital joint,
Right.
and they got off and went through these like little tents or whatever,
Right.
and then we came back. We came back to the to the reception area, and I was going around. I was like, "Yo, she not that, Clark. She not that bad. She all right. She okay."
Right.
And it was like, "Nah, man, hell no, man. She mean."
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, "Nah, man. Me and her had a good conversation." So, long story short, um, the following weeks, Chuck Allen got into some trouble, and he had to get the terrible Article 15.
Okay. It
It ain't
happens.
take no rank, it ain't take no pay, but I had to do extra duty for 90 days. Right?
God damn.
Yeah. I had a terrible temper, man. I would go like that dude from Manny, yo. I fought him every time I saw him.
Right.
And I told him that was going to happen. Every time
Right.
I see you, I'm socking you out.
Right.
And we got into it. Um,
He had more rank than you, right?
yes, he did.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Yes, he did. Yo, he was just being a jerk for no reason, man. Like I know the people, they're there because they can't pass the PT test for whatever reason, right?
Right.
But sometimes they get stuck doing an assignment and they don't go to child, right? So
Right.
what I did was I let them hit the vending machine
Right.
because I knew that they were working and they didn't stop and they didn't even save them or bring them bag lunches or nothing. So I was
Nothing.
like, man,
Right.
y'all go ahead and hit, you know, the vending machines.
Right.
Um, yeah, he reported me for that, man.
Right. Because he a clown.
And that's
Yeah.
why I
He
fought
probably.
him.
Yeah. He probably went to first sergeant. Like first sergeant. He ain't got no discipline. He letting them troops go everywhere they wanted it. Yeah. I had to do me like that because the same thing. I had we was at the motor pool, Chuck.
Hmm.
Now listen. We at the motor pool, right? You know the motor pool be divided into sections by battalion, right?
Hmm.
You know how it's you know what I'm saying it's your battalion and all of y'all in the same brigade, but for the
Hmm.
most part, you do stuff within your battalion, right? And then in that battalion area, it's broke down by company,
Right,
right? And then in the company area, it's broke down by platoon.
right.
And then in the platoon area, it's broke down by squad.
Squad. Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. So I'm the highest ranking, and this is so crazy. I'm the highest ranking E3 at the time.
Hmm.
Everybody is gone, right? We down here working. It's 1:30. Ain't nobody been to chow. Right? Chuck, it's 1:30. Ain't nobody went to chow yet. So the gut truck is right up against the fence at the other battalion.
Right.
Right? So we got to walk past other platoons, past other companies, past, through the battalion to get to the gut truck.
Right.
Right. So I'm like, hey, I called the orderly room. Nobody answer. Right. You know how you call the orderly room, like, hey, let me speak to
Yeah.
somebody.
Such
You know
and
what I'm
so.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so ain't nobody answer the phone.
Right.
Right. So I'm like, hey, y'all take 30 minutes. I put everybody in formation, right? E3s, E2s, E1s, put everybody in formation. And I'm like, hey, we're going to take a 30-minute lunch, right? It's 1:30. Everybody be back at 2:00, ready to work, right? So I break formation, send everybody over so they can go to the gut truck.
Right.
About 1:45, everybody show up, even the company commander. Where's all my soldiers at? And I'm there. I'm like, oh boy, this can go one or two ways, right?
Yep.
Either he could say, good job, Private Uncle Freezy, for taking control of the situation, or he can be like, yo, who told you to do such and such?
Right.
But you never know when you're a private, because when you're a private, everybody treats you like you're the dumbest human being on earth. And to be honest with you, when you're a private, a lot of times you're the dumbest human being on earth. And not because you don't have common sense, but it's because you're trying to balance who you are with who Uncle Sam wants you to be.
Right.
And dealing with these other personalities who may not be as mature as you. You know what I'm saying? And so company commander come back, where are my soldiers at? He looked for the first sergeant, like our squad leader. It was so. I'm glad a lot of times when we went into the heat of stuff, he always seemed to be left in the rear, which I'm glad of that. Right? He like, I don't know, what he at? Private Uncle Freezy told everybody to go home or something. Bullshit.
Yeah. Nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So he sell me out, and then he run over to me and get me in the lean and rest. Private Uncle Freezy, what'd you do with all this other? He interrogating me. Company commander come up, get up. Again, get up, you know what I'm saying? And so I get it. He like, hey, where's everybody at? The dude, and they make me mad because he an old country boy, ain't never been in nothing, little teeny town, scared of the man. We leave for 2 minutes. First of all, y'all ain't been going no 2 minutes. Y'all left at 10:00, and at 1:30, y'all left at 10:00 with no instructions. So I ran the whole platoon, right? And I wasn't used to this, right? I wasn't used to it, but I had to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was Johnny on the spot. Basically, Johnny on the spot. Do you let these privates just run around or lay around or not do nothing, or do you do something? Right? So I chose to do something, right? And so he talking all over the company commander. The company commander put him in the front lean to rest. Both of us. Now, both of y'all get down. And he looked at me like, after this is over, it's me and you. And I look at him. Is that what you sure that's what you want? Cause don't get it twisted. I am nice. Hey, don't get it twisted.
Right.
Don't get it twisted. And so we there, and he was a big dude too. But me and him was probably about the same size, right? So company commander get both of them up. He take the what's the name and the thing, and talk to him. And I could see him burning his heels. He just spin out after the company commander finished talking to him. Company commander is in the bay. You know how in the motor pool you have like a big building with all your supplies in it that you can secure all your stuff, and they got the stuff on the inside like the diesel tank where you can clean off your automotive parts and stuff at the diesel tank, right? You know what I'm saying, grind the soot and all that stuff off. So he over there, he like, come here. I come over there, I jog over there, and he like, the next time you do something like that, when you see us coming, you come to us immediately and say something, so we won't have to go through this stuff right here. Your only mistake is that when you saw us, you just kept doing what you was doing, like we wasn't here. And I was like, but I didn't do that. You just didn't get it. And I didn't argue with him, Chuck. I was okay.
Mhm.
Because I saw them coming in the gate, right? So I get what he expect me to do is do the hop and bob. Like when I saw them coming to the gate, I was sort of run to
Run
them.
to him. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I did such and such and such. Instead of, you know what I'm saying, continuing the work. And then if he asked a question, and I was like, yeah, we're just gonna keep on working, man. You know what I'm saying? And then if he, but they was at the gut truck still, right? At 1:45. He's like, why? And I told him, like, yo, basically what happened is y'all left at 10 o'clock. We used to go to chow at 12 o'clock. Our lunchtime went by, and then 30 minutes, and we didn't see y'all. And so I just rounded up all the privates and stuff, put them in formation, right? Counted up the heads,
Hmm.
sent them to chow, told them to be back in 30 minutes. And he was like, well, good job. You know what I'm saying? But next time, do such and such. And so after that, I see at the 4:30 formation, the dude is like, such and such, anything, third squad leader, anything to report. The squad leader snitched me out. While we was gone, Private Uncle Freeze sent everybody to the gut truck in formation. And the platoon sergeant was like, thank you for that. Because you could tell he was like, this snitchy man. You could tell the platoon sergeant didn't like it, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's like, why you gonna snitch out your man? And then the company commander already, he was like, a platoon sergeant told me after that, he was like, yo, first sergeant told me that, you know what I'm saying, company commander said, you know what I'm saying, all these different things. I was like, hey, sergeant, I was trying to do the right thing here. You know what I'm saying? And my man had took liberty to throw me under the bus. He was like, yo, he been throwing people under the bus for years. Ain't nothing you can do about that. It ain't just you.
Wow.
And I'm like, what? What? And y'all be, man. So Chuck, so now when you say that, I dig what you're saying about like wanting to put them paws on this dude. And later on, like as we got promoted and started going places, me and this dude always seemed to be in the same unit for some reason. Because we chemical, and ain't that many chemical people in the Army. So it's like when you go to a unit, you just about see the same people all the time. Right. Like somebody go to Germany, when they come back, they'll be back in your unit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Somebody go to Korea for a year, they come back, they be back in your unit, basically. And so that's why we used to always get these weird deployments and attachments. Like say your unit is going to Bosnia and you needed a chemical company, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you already know off the rip, yo, Uncle Freezy and them gonna be there. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the same unit that went with you to Kuwait, the same unit that went with you to Korea, it's the same unit that went with you to Bosnia, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's you know how it is.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's easier to see. So even if we don't see each other for like 4 years, we'll eventually see each other again at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
so the dude, I'm like, we were in Fort Hood, Texas. He came to the barracks to hang out with us. He had went to E6 school. I forget what they call it. When you become E6 promotable, you got to go to the school. So he went. I forgot what they call it. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't really that important what they call it. But he went and he came back and he came out and he celebrated with us. And I saw a dude that was not in the military. They called him Hoss. I didn't know what his name was. I ain't never seen him before that night. He punched that dude so hard, right? It was like you know how you could just see him. I'm like, oh, and we should have went and helped him, but nobody moved. He stayed on the floor, knocked out, right? And the bartender was like, yo, y'all supposed to be helping him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went and bought Big Hoss all the beer he can drink. Big Hoss ain't had to buy a beer that night. Dude woke up. He was in a chair, so Big Hoss is at the table with us talking, telling stories, drinking beer. That dude just punched me in the.
Oh, did he now?
Yeah, yeah. Payback is something, man. We was at a club. I forget what it, but it was a mixed club. It was like, yeah, like one of them big country bars
Hmm.
that used to have like the big old dance floor, and they played like Achy Breaky Heart, and all these people would get on the floor and be, what I'm saying, doing a line dancing and all kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And it was like a mixed bar because they played everything. They playing It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go. So it was like they was playing everything in there. But yeah, Chuck, I have experience with that guy, right? Like the guy that sell you out for nothing. Why are you selling people out?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That has happened several different occasions.
Right,
Once in no, twice in basic training, and then once in AIT. And I was like, yo, is it always a guy like this in every unit, in every platoon? Like, come on, yo, this is crazy. But um, I got my extra duty, right? And guess who has me working my extra duty? Who went in there and requested me to come work the extra duty?
hmm.
Sergeant Clark.
Yeah, he a
So
sucker.
so she has to work, like
Oh, you
every
talking about? Oh, you talking about the drill sergeant?
yes, and she has to
Oh,
work the weekend, right? And she
right,
don't want to work the weekend,
right.
right? So you gonna be up in the office with me all night. And I was like, because I'm like, yo, she might be, a jerk now. Like we rode to the hospital and stuff, and she was cool, but now what I'm saying, being around all these folks, nah, man, super cool. Walked in the
Right.
office, came in the office, I'm reporting for duty. She said, okay, um, do this real quick. So I'm around the office doing stuff. Um, now they're doing, the head count,
Right.
right? Because they about to lock it down
For the weekend,
for the
right?
yeah. And
Yeah.
so she was like, okay, you can close it, you can close the door. And she pulled out her little TV, put it on the desk. So I'm thinking we about to watch. Nah, son. She turned that little TV up loud, asked me where I get my little mustache from. She said, you got a little mustache on your lip, got a little hair on your lip. Where you get that from? I was like, I just I'm not picking up on what she's putting down
Right, right, right.
until eventually I was like, oh, so hell yeah with it. You damn
Yeah,
right. You go ahead and pull them gray shorts down. Yes, ma'am. I'm with it. I'm
yeah,
with all of it.
yeah,
You can put it all
yeah,
on my face. Yes,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. The This lady was so much fun.
Right,
I know that. I know now that I was like, okay, everybody's not jerks. It's just that's the persona you have to have being a drill sergeant, because their job is to break you down where you don't question anything, right? You're just following orders. Because I was like, yo, what is wrong with these people? Like, they need to get laid, yo. Why are we running everywhere? Like, we got to run to chow, then we got to run back, and before we get in formation, we have all of these exercises to do before we
right,
get into formation. Like, yo, this is crazy. This is like
right.
so. Drill, yeah, Clark, yeah, man, yeah, man. I try to put my whole head in it. She's
Yeah,
crazy. That was
yeah,
that was that was that was intense. And
Yeah,
so
man.
anyway, that gave me a different per- perspective,
Yeah.
so to speak. But in basic training, uh, there was an influx, right? So they moved
Right.
us from reception and they moved us to a company, but we weren't going to stay there. It was just going to be
Right.
temporary, right?
Yeah, y'all was attached. Like, yeah.
Right. And
Right.
so they had the female barracks over here, and then they had the male barracks over here, right? And there's like this big open space. Like if you were in any, you could see anybody doing anything. If anybody walked across that quad, like there was nowhere to hide. There were no beams to hide. None of that,
Right.
right?
Right.
But there's a ledge that leads from one building to the next.
Okay.
So I'm pulling KP
Oh,
and
I hate KP, bro. Kitchen
KP what
patrol.
kitchen patrol is the worst
Yeah.
thing for a fat dude because despite what you may think, they feed you well in the army.
Right.
Like you can walk up to that counter one day and there's steaks and snow crab legs
Right. Right.
and
Right.
shrimps the
At
size
the
of your
beginning,
thumb.
at the beginning of the month. At the beginning of the month. Yeah.
I'm like, what in the what? Yeah, all kinds of cakes and pies and
Yeah.
desserts. You be like, oh man, I've seen people get this food spit in because they were on a weight profile
Right.
because they couldn't do nothing.
Right.
Like how you take your PT test and you have 5 push-ups, 2 sit-ups, and you didn't even complete the 2 mile run.
Right.
They didn't even record your time.
Right.
There's no time for you. Like that's
Right.
crazy. But anyway, so we're in close proximity with the female recruits,
Okay.
and so um, yo, we trying to hang out tonight, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We had our little signal set up. You put the little red lens in your flashlight. Put the green one in the flashlight, and we're gonna flash when it's time.
Right.
When you can go and when you can stay. So
Right.
boom, yo, it's like 20 people running across that roof.
Yeah.
We are having a great time. We
Right.
are having a wonderful time.
Right.
But guess what? There was an MP driving by and saw the people running across the roof.
Yep.
So he goes downstairs because whoever was on duty that night was knocked out. They were in
Sleep.
the
Yep.
office sleep.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably,
They
hey, probably soul finger now. Probably soul finger 12.
they were knocked out. So they bust up in it. They bust up in there. Oh, so y'all want to have a little house party? Y'all in here sweating it up, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we gonna make these mother effing walls sweat tonight.
Yeah, man.
Mm, I've never did that much PT. Literally, the walls were sweating. The windows were fogged up. We were doing push-ups with our feet on the bunks, and
Yeah.
there were people busting there because the floor was so wet. They worked us out
Yep.
until it was about 15 minutes before formation.
Yep.
15 minutes before formation. And they said, better not nobody be late to formation.
Right. Right.
It's dudes at the sink trying to wash at the sink or at least soap up and yelling at dudes, yo, hurry up, yo, you ain't taking a full shower, man. Just get in there, get out.
Yeah, man.
Now we
Yeah,
got to
man.
give the report 30, 36 assigned,
Y-
33 are present,
Yeah. Yeah.
33, I mean, 3 are unaccounted for. Well,
Yeah.
where are they? Front lean, rest position, move.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Golly.
And the beat goes on.
And the
That's just
beat.
how.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
It's
And so
bananas.
they didn't even know. They didn't know how we even planned this. Cause we was in there for a long time. Like we was up in the
Right.
barracks for like a good 2 hours.
Right.
They didn't know. No one was saying nothing. Couldn't get nothing from the females. Couldn't get nothing. But man, one dude gave it all up.
Snitching.
Yeah, and now everybody talking about, yo, we gonna give them a blanket party. Blanket party? What y'all talking about? Yo, you
Yeah.
never seen Full Metal Jacket? Yo, we're not doing that.
Nah. Nah.
We're not doing that.
Nah.
Because that sounds like we're going to jail. We're not doing that.
Right.
We're absolutely not doing that. I'm not going to be a
Right.
part of this at all.
Bro, it's crazy, right? It's crazy how young people think, man. Because I was a part of the blanket party, bro. This dude, no lie, Chuck. We were on a and yo on Women Crush Wednesday. How come we always talk about the military?
Because that's what we've probably seen the most women.
Maybe, maybe, maybe. Hey, yo, so hey, so Mr. Vince, I'm going to do the next morning drive in like 10 minutes. I'm gonna try to
Okay.
do well 15 about 15 minutes. I need to go use the restaurant. I was just about to jump in. Hey Chuck, man, I'm gonna bounce real quick so I can get prepared for the KMD.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up.
You
No,
gonna
no,
wrap
no.
up
I
or
gotta
hang out?
wrap up because
Okay.
I got something I got to do this morning too.
Yeah,
Sorry, vibrant ones, but Chuck got to do something this morning too.
yeah, man. Peace.
They've been calling me. Um, hey man, I want to thank everybody for coming through. Yeah, Women Crush Wednesday got a little sidetracked with our military stories. But trust and believe, man, that's where I met probably most of the women that that yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hopefully we can get into some of these stories. I got to censor them. I got to really watch what I say, because people are married down and things of that nature. But thanks to everybody coming through, man. I appreciate everyone for checking in with us, man. Um, everybody. I'm seeing the same old familiar faces, man. I appreciate you guys starting your day with us. Um, make sure y'all jump over to KMD in a few minutes. If this is your first time joining us, man, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Uh, we'll be back here tomorrow at around about 8 a.m. ish to about 9 a.m. ish Eastern Standard Time. Um, make sure you hit the all notifications, man, so when we go live, you'll know that we're on and you can come rock with us. Again, Monday through Friday, man, 8 a.m. ish to about 9 a.m. ish. You'll find Uncle Freezy and Chuck Allen on here, getting your morning started off with some good vibes. So, everyone, have a great day. Be safe, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, peace.